Over the past decade, Amazon Web Services has become the most widely used cloud computing platform in the world, offering over 200 different services to millions of customers across the globe. Some of the companies currently using AWS include Netflix, Facebook, Adobe, the BBC, or ESPN. Like in every industry, the use of AWS has boomed in professional sports. The German Bundesliga, NFL, Formula One, and PGA Tour are all benefiting from adopting AWS to enhance their operations. We will first briefly outline the main Amazon Web Services used in professional sports. Then, we will take a look at the ways in which the Bundesliga and Formula One are using AWS, describing specific applications. Next, we will take a look at the main benefits and risks associated with adopting AWS. And lastly, we will evaluate how the use of AWS in sports might evolve in the future.
Okay, let's dive a bit deeper into the capabilities that AWS tools provide to its partners. Amazon's SageMaker tools help data scientists and developers to prepare, build, train, and deploy highly capable machine learning models. So what are the major benefits that the SageMaker platform brings to AWS partners? It enables highly accurate models that improve over time. Users can connect and load massive amounts of data from multiple different sources. SageMaker also provides easy access to all these data to train machine learning models by mapping inputs to generate predictions. And finally, it gives users the ability to convert, transform, or combine raw tabular data very quickly. Amazon's Simple Storage System, or S3, is a cloud-based object storage service that offers industry-leading durability, data availability, and scalability. So what kinds of capabilities does S3 provide? Users can store data in any amount from anywhere. This platform supports encryption and the highest security and compliance standards. It also enables storage management features for classifying, reporting, inventorying, and analyzing data. And finally, it allows flexible SQL querying directly from the S3 data, including archived information. Lastly, let's discuss Amazon Kinesis. This tool helps to collect, process, and analyze video and data streams in real time. Okay, so what can Amazon's Kinesis do for its partners? Users can securely stream video from various camera-equipped devices to AWS for ease of playback, security monitoring, and machine learning applications. Kinesis allows for real-time analytics on data rather than batch processing data analysis. The tool can be deployed for real-time application monitoring, fraud detection, and even live leaderboards. And finally, users can also stream Internet of Things devices such as consumer appliances, embedded sensors, and TV set-top boxes. Quite a powerful combination of capabilities, don't you think? It's no wonder professional sports organizations are quickly transitioning to leverage these tools.
The Bundesliga is the top-tier soccer division in Germany, and it's one of the most competitive soccer leagues in the world. AWS first established a partnership with the Bundesliga in January 2020, and since then, different machine learning models have been built to obtain additional insights from the game, with expected goals being one of the most popular. Like the name indicates, the expected goals or XG metric is a predictive model used in soccer that evaluates the probability of scoring in a given attacking situation. The Bundesliga XG model was developed using Amazon SageMaker, and it applies machine learning to provide a score ranging from 0 to 1 that signals the likelihood of scoring a goal in a given scenario. To obtain accurate results, over 40,000 shots on goal were used to train the XG model. But how does it work exactly? Picture a goal scoring situation like this one. The model deconstructs this image and breaks it into individual factors that are taken into account, using different weights to create a score. For instance, some of the key factors included in the XG model are distance and angle to the goal, number and positioning of defenders, goalkeeper coverage, or player speed. The Bundesliga has developed other metrics using a similar approach. Some of them include average positions and passing profile. Average Positions uses around 3.6 million geographical data points to track the position of every player, and then provides a graphic that illustrates the average formation of a team during the match. Passing profile is similar to the XG metric, with video of nearly 2 million passes being used to train the machine learning model. The output produced measures pass difficulty and completion probability. But why are these metrics useful? Well, they provide actual values for aspects of the game that could not be objectively measured in the past. For instance, let's look at the XG model. The individual XG values can also be aggregated to provide the number of expected goals in a match. This value no longer suggests the probability of a single event. Instead, it indicates the expected outcome given a set of events. XG can often reflect more information about a match than the actual score itself. For instance, let's take a look at the following scenario: Borussia Dortmund versus Bayer Leverkusen. Borussia Dortmund absolutely dominates the game, playing very well and creating a catalog of chances, but for any reason, they are unable to score a goal. This could be due to a striker having a bad day, incorrect referee decisions, or simply bad luck. On the other hand, Leverkusen struggles to keep up during the match, and is outperformed by Dortmund in almost every aspect of the game. However, in an isolated play, Dortmund scores an own goal that gives Leverkusen the lead, which ultimately results in the final score of 1-0. Although Leverkusen takes the win in this match, the final score does not reflect the performance of each team accurately. In this scenario, the XG score does a better job at illustrating the actual passage of play. This information is useful when predicting the medium to long-term performance of a team. For instance, we could say that a team that consistently scores less goals than their XG value can be expected to obtain better results in the future, because at some point, those factors keeping them scoring less goals than their XG value will go away. On the other hand, a team with consistently low XG scores and a winning record should be concerned about the sustainability of their performances. In other words, if a team has not been playing well or generating good scoring opportunities, the lack or other factors that have helped them win games in the past will run out in the long term. All these insights generated by AWS are being used by Bundesliga teams to become more competitive. Additionally, the Bundesliga itself also uses these insights to create a better experience for fans, which increases engagement. Overall, given how Amazon Web Services has improved key aspects of the Bundesliga, we can expect to see more developments in the field of sports analytics during the coming years.
Formula One, also known as F1 racing, is the pinnacle of motorsport. It is the most popular form of motor racing in the world, and it is known for its fierce, technology-centered competition. The F1 organization originally began its partnership with AWS in 2018. In the next portion of the video, we'll explore how AWS tools such as AWS S3, AWS SageMaker, and AWS Kinesis are being used to improve the efficiency of F1 operations, increase the competition amongst teams, and enhance the F1 fan experience. Okay, so how does the Formula One organization benefit from the partnership with AWS? One of the first steps F1 took to improve its computing capabilities was to migrate the majority of its information systems infrastructure from on-premise data centers to AWS's cloud computing platform. This has significantly enhanced the scale, reliability, speed, and security of F1's data processing, technical analytics, and machine learning capabilities. F1 is a continuously evolving sport with ever-changing rules, requirements, and technological development thresholds to ensure driver, team, and spectator safety. F1 cars are the most technologically advanced form of automotive engineering. These cars can reach in excess of 230 miles per hour and generate aerodynamic outputs that put a fighter jet to shame. So how is this possible? On any given race day, there are 20 race cars on track. Each race car generates approximately 3 gigabytes of data through a collection of 300 sensors strategically placed throughout the race car's key performance components. This is the equivalent of over 1 million data points each second. F1 teams can feed this data and leverage the computing and analytics capabilities of AWS SageMaker to pinpoint race car performance, as well as the ability to explore the limits of mechanical output through multiple simulation exercises. In a sport where championships are won and lost by fractions of a second, part of the competitive strategy is the ability to deliver predictive analytics on the drivers, the cars, and the races. Okay, what are some examples of how F1 uses all the data collected and analyzed? These data can be used to derive strategy insights, such as the number of laps needed for a chasing car to catch up and be within striking distance of a car in front, or track features and corresponding tire compounds, or qualifying and race pace, and of course, pit stops. Speaking of pit stops, picture this. A modern-day Formula One team can stop a race car in the pit lane, lift the car, change out all 4 tires, and release the car in less than 2 seconds. Amazing, right? And yes, races are won and lost, depending on the team's pit lane performance and data-driven decisions made by the racing team's technical directors. All right, let's not forget the most important element, the fans. How do the more than 500 million F1 fans across the globe benefit from AWS? The F1 fan experience has also benefited greatly from the partnership, as the insights and metrics generated from each of the cars can be shared in real time with fans on track and across the globe through TV broadcast and digital platforms. So, what are the key takeaways from our research on the Formula One AWS partnership? The ability to process these massive amounts of data by leveraging AWS has facilitated the creation of new car designs and rules for the 2022 season, emerging from the deployment of thousands of simulations to analyze aerodynamics, performance, and safety improvements. F1's application of AWS cloud computing infrastructure and technology reveals incredible insights to the unique combination of drivers, teams, and the wonderfully engineered machines they push to the very limits of physical possibilities, both on and off the track.
Although each sports competition is unique, the applications of AWS often bring similar benefits and issues between the different sports. The key benefits are fan engagement, higher revenue, technological development, and scalability. The most common benefit we see from AWS in professional competitive sports is fan engagement. This is not a surprise given that this is one of the main reasons why these organizations are adopting AWS in the first place. While fans see sports as entertainment, professional sports organizations have business models that focus on maximizing profits. Maximizing the engagement of fans is crucial for these organizations as it results in higher revenue. The application of AWS is successful in increasing fan engagement because it reveals hidden insights that were not visible before. AWS also plays a key part in accelerating the technological advancements in the sports industry. Another reason why AWS is successful in professional sports is because of the numerous cloud computing services offered by Amazon, which allows entities to select only the services that fit their needs. At the same time, it is easy for organizations to scale up their operations through AWS, given the compatibility of their services. While AWS have brought countless benefits to different professional sports competition, there will always be inherent risk in any use of technology for personal consumption or for corporate purposes. Some of the more widely known and applicable to any industry are as follows: loss or theft of intellectual property, compliance violations or regulatory actions, information overload, malware infections that unleash a targeted attack, revenue losses, and outages. One of the biggest risks regarding the use of cloud computing services in the sports industry is the loss or theft of intellectual property. Sports organizations have access to massive amounts of data, which often includes highly sensitive information about consumers. Malware or virus infections could have devastating consequences in any settings, but especially in large organizations such as Bundesliga and Formula One. Lastly, another often undetected issue with AWS is information overload for fans. As we have seen, AWS offers plenty of metrics containing insights that give teams a competitive advantage over each other. However, the same data is not always suitable for consumption by fans. The information exposed to the fans should be carefully selected and presented in a non-intrusive way, ensuring that the viewing experience of the sport is not negatively affected.
First, let's talk about how COVID-19 has impacted on growth of AWS. So in 2021 itself, AWS revenues grew by 33% compared to the last quarter of 2020. With the coronavirus pandemic crisis, many companies started working remote, which has increased the need to adopt cloud services. Many reports and studies have shown that spending on cloud computing across all enterprise has increased on a significant rate since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. So what are some of the future AWS projects in the sports industry? Well, in addition to working with Bundesliga and Formula One, AWS is also involved in other major sports competitions, such as the NFL and the NHL, to power their digital transformation and in-game analytics. This shows how rapidly AWS is growing and taking over the world of sports, and we expect this trend to continue in future. The growth of AWS over the past decade has risen dramatically, entering almost every industry. Professional sports organizations have turned to AWS to enhance their operation with a focus on three key aspects. First is fan engagement, second is streamlining of operations, and third one, development of the sport. There are multiple examples of successful AWS application in different sport competition as shown throughout this video. While there are some key issues that should be taken into consideration before adopting AWS, they are outweighed by unprecedented benefits that come with the successful integration of these services to their respective sport. The presence and importance of AWS in professional sports will likely to continue to increase as technological advances keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible.